class. Welcome to day 8 of your poetry unit. We are just flying right through this, although it probably doesn't feel like it to you since we've had some interruptions between some of our classes. But today what we're going to be doing is kind of feeding off of what we did last class with the TP-CASTT strategy for analyzing poems. You're going to be using that strategy to apply to writing about poetry. You may remember way back in September, we talked about how a lot of the writing on the LEAP test was formulaic writing, and that it was kind of prescriptive. If you do A, B, C, and D, you will get these results. And while it doesn't really encourage much creative writing or even very sophisticated writing, it is kind of a standard that you will be able to fall back on for different types of writing assignments. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually apply your TP-CASTT strategy, your analysis from the charts you did last class on the poems If and Famous, to basically write a formula writing assignment. So what you're going to do is you're going to use the TP-CASTT charts that you did for homework for both If and Famous. Now, Famous is a little bit easier to read. It's written in a free verse style, and had some kind of pretty clear images about what you were supposed to be visualizing. If was a little more challenging, but mostly because of the language. It's a little bit older. The poem itself is actually older. But what you're going to find is that there's some similarities in the message that the poets are trying to send. And so what I want you to do is you're going to find you're going to have a formula that you will be using that basically breaks down how you're going to be analyzing these two poems together. You're going to be comparing and contrasting. And it gives you a way of looking at, okay, here's my topic sentence. Here's my concrete detail from the poem, meaning a specific line or lines or stanza even from the poem. And here's my commentary on it. That means what I have to say about it or how it relates back to the topic sentence. And you basically fill in the blanks of the formula and then write it again as a paragraph, and poof, you have your answer. And this will be a really handy strategy to fall back on when you're writing about poetry, or really any two pieces of work in general, for comparing and contrasting, because you basically plug in the data and you get a certain result, just like a formula. So hopefully it'll kind of help you to simplify the writing process, and that you have the formula to fall back on. And then after you do the writing assignment, you'll be able to start on your poetry projects. Now, your poetry projects are, the assignment instructions are in the poetry packet. The only thing that you'll need to recognize is that the dates will have changed. Obviously, there were a couple of things that at the beginning of the unit I didn't factor in, field trips and whatnot, so the due dates will change, but your sub will be able to tell you the appropriate due dates for the poetry project, and so make sure that you are paying attention to any of those kinds of announcements. So what you're going to do with the poetry project is you have 3 parts to it, so make sure you read through the instructions, you follow them explicitly, you make sure you do all of those parts, and it's a way for you to kind of take what we've been learning in the poetry unit to apply to a poem of your own choosing, to a poet of your own choosing, and then using that poet's craft and creativity to create your own poetry. So I hope you enjoy doing that, because I really am looking forward to seeing the results of the projects. Make sure, again, if you have any questions or anything that comes up, that you email me, let me know what's going on. I do want to stay involved. I do want to know how things are going, and I also want to make sure that you feel very comfortable going into the poetry unit test that you'll be taking soon. So be prepared, do your hardest work, and I miss you guys. I look forward to coming and checking on you soon, and so have fun doing your writing assignment today, and I will check in with you guys next time.